Hi, I'm Amy Rasdell from Billable at the Beach. Today, we're talking about the third in a series of the top 7 things to know about starting your own consulting business, and that is people buy your experience. People hire me because I've been doing what I do for many years. They expect me to come in and contribute immediately. People are going to hire you for the same reason, for your experience. Going independent is not the time to conquer a new industry or area of expertise. People buy your experience. They hire you because you're an expert. I always talk about superhero, superpower, super pay. So you need to work in an area where you have deep experience and expertise. If you want to do something completely different, consulting may not be for you. However, what will be different is how you work and when you work and where you work, what projects you do, how much money you make, what people you work with. All of those things will now be within your control. You get to decide. It will feel completely different even though you're doing the same thing. You get to pick. A few years ago, I had a Billable at the Beach client in one of my programs. She was a CPA by background, so she had worked public accounting and then she jumped off into the industry side, but all of her roles were finance and accounting. She said, Amy, I am sick of finance and accounting. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't even want anyone to know that I'm a CPA. I want to do strategic planning in the brewing industry. And I said, well, who would hire you? You don't know anything about strategic planning in the brewing industry. Just because you like beer doesn't mean you're qualified to do strategic planning in the brewing industry. People hire me because I've been doing what I do for many years. They will hire you for the same reason. I do want to make a comment here, though, about workplace toxicity, because I do get a lot of people in my Billable at the Beach programs who say, I am done with the corporate world. It is toxic. But here's the thing. When you have control over the what, when, where, how much, what projects, who you work with, if there's a toxic situation or toxic people, you don't work with them anymore. You no longer feel like you've sold your soul and the other people control your promotion track and your raises and all that stuff. Now it's within your control. So 99% of that toxicity will go away if you're a person who's been feeling a little toxic about their workplace, whether it's the most immediate one or one in the past that you want to make sure not to repeat. I want to tell you a story now about a time that I was able to blend experience, my experience, to create a really powerful story. Now, my 2 main industry sector experiences are software, because I'm a software engineer by background, and then I spent many years in medical devices and life sciences. So 2 big, software and life sciences. I did a project for a company that installs and services refrigeration equipment in grocery stores. What does that have to do with software and life sciences? Nothing. But the woman who was hired to run the company had been VP of Worldwide Customer Service at a major medical device company. She had worked with me before, so she brought me in to do some projects because she knew that I could get the job done. It was so interesting, and I learned a lot about it was so much fun to work in a totally different environment. I actually climbed on top of the roof of a Target one time that was putting in a new grocery section. It was really fun. That may not sound fun to some of you, but for me, I really enjoyed doing a lot of different things. And so it was very interesting, and there's a surprising amount of technology involved in refrigeration and freezing in grocery stores, much more complicated than just keeping things cold and frozen at home. So that project went on, off and on, series of projects for about 18 months. And then about the time that had wrapped up, not long after, a hot prospect came along, and they did cryogenic shipping in the life sciences, mostly shipping cellular products that had to be shipped deep frozen, and a lot of them were one of a kind things. We did some shipping of embryos for implantation. So this might be the last embryo that a couple had on the face of the earth for medical reasons or whatever it might be. So these were very important and precious things that this company was shipping. So I went to meet with them. Within 30 minutes, I was billable because here's what I was able to tell them. I have deep experience in life sciences, and oh, by the way, I just spent 18 months deeply immersed in the world of refrigeration and freezing. So it was a perfect marriage of the two skill sets. So it was just a serendipitous thing, but that's the way the world works. This client went on a series of projects, the longest running client that I ever had, not full time, mind you, but a series of projects while I had other clients going on for 3 years. And I made $500,000 over 3 years from this one client. So now I have a question. Are you ready to earn $500,000 over 3 years from one client while you also have other clients in the works? If the answer is yes, then let's get busy, right? I have a lot of great resources on my website, billableatthebeach.com. I have a free email course called 3 Action Steps to Generate Revenue Now. If you haven't done it yet, you should go grab it. I have a lot of great programs. If you think you're interested, try those resources. And if you just want to reach out to me directly, I'm happy to jump on the phone or Zoom or whatever it might be and talk through your specific situation as it relates to building your 6-figure consulting business. So today's topic was number 3 in a series of the top 7 things to know about starting a successful consulting business. And that is that people buy your experience. Have a great rest of the day.